All right. Hi, guys. It's Amber. If you don't remember who I am, I used to make beauty videos on YouTube. I have not consistently uploaded a video in at least a year. I just needed a break. I got divorced last year. It's been almost a year. And my mental health, honestly, was just not in a great place. And it was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a year, figure out where I'm at, figure out what I'm doing. And I'm feeling much better. There's so much that's changed in my life. So now I'm like, you know what? Let's just throw this out there. There's a good chance that this is going to be lost in the YouTube space, and no one who's subscribed to me will A, even remember me, or B, even click on this video, or C, YouTube won't even suggest it. So it may have like 5 views, but for the 5 of you who may be watching this who actually wondered, what happened to that Amber girl? Here I am. Not dead. So let me give you a little update of what I'm going to be putting on my face. Some of these are some of my new favorite things. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So I'm going to use this. And I'm also going to be using the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. This is in the color light medium, I believe. Of course, it doesn't say it because that would be helpful. My skin is actually looking the worst that it has looked in a really long time. My skin has been really clear. I had just this weird like rosacea flare up, and it hasn't happened in a long time. So normally it was like looked more like this, which was nice. So gonna have to deal with that. But it's life, you know what I mean? And I kept telling myself I was gonna wait for this like perfect time for me to be ready to like make a video again. And you know what? It's never gonna be a perfect time. Man, there's just so much. I don't even know where to start. So I got divorced last year, and it was a huge adjustment. For those of you who don't know, I was separated from my ex-husband for a few years. And we tried to work things out. I tried really hard to make things work for my kids. Ultimately, through some decisions that he had made, and also through a brain injury that he had through a car accident, he was just a very different person. And he decided that, for whatever reason, that this marriage wasn't what he wanted anymore. And so he moved on. And so I was stuck with the future of being a single mom, which was a big fear, honestly. I think a lot of people were like, Amber, why did you hang on so long? But it was like, you know, you don't want to give up on someone if you see a chance of them coming back around. And I really held on to this chance for so long. And I kind of created this image in my head of the marriage I wanted to have and the life that I wanted to have. And I had to come to grips with the marriage I wanted to have was not the marriage that I had. And the man that I wanted to be married to was not who I was married to. And it was never going to be what I wanted. And as much as I could like hope and pray and wish and like be the best wife ever, it wasn't going to change that. And that's a really, really hard realization to come to when you just have to be like, I did everything I could, but at the end of the day, this is what it is. My eyes are stained because yesterday at work, I wore bright pink eyeshadow. So we might have to put some concealer on that for sure. Anyway, so life changes that happened since then. I actually decided to move locations, and I work not full-time in a salon, but I work more than I used to, and that is my profession. I work doing hair. I specialize in women's and color. I am still very active on my Instagram, which is biceps.andbeauty. And I've really come to love my job again, and I've felt this new renewed sense of passion and finding a new clientele and just kind of refreshing myself. This is the IT Cosmetics Full Coverage Anti-Aging Concealer. And I needed a fresh start because I'd been in this other location, this other salon during all this time when I was separated in the divorce, and there was just so much negative feelings. And I had just been in such a dark, kind of depressed place for so long. And I know I shared some of that on here, but it was like, I didn't realize how bad I had fallen until I'm on the other side looking down being like, oh, honey, you were struggling a little bit. And so I just needed a fresh start. And my new salon location has been really good for my mental health, and I really love everyone that I work with, and it has just been a really good fit for me. Before I got divorced, I was down to a size 2-4 at my lowest. For reference, I'm 5'10", so that is really small for my body type, and it just wasn't healthy because I was so depressed and I wasn't eating and I was exercising so much to deal with my stress that it wasn't a good form of slim. Some people are naturally that way, and my body before this all happened was naturally like a 10-12. So it was a pretty big weight loss. It's interesting because as much as it's nice to be like, oh, I have abs and look how thin I am and stuff, it's like skinny doesn't make you happy, people. Like, it doesn't make you happy. Like, I was the most skinny and the most miserable at the same time. And I think people who knew me could see that. I just was so miserable. Also, I don't know if it was from the weight loss or the stress, but I actually went into the doctor because all of my hair was like breaking off, and I ended up cutting it short and it was like falling out. And it was just crazy. And it's like, this is what stress does to your body. It just wreaks havoc. I'm a size 6'8". I'm a very healthy weight. I'm still very active. I still work out every day. I still got the muscles, but I'm at a much more sustainable, healthy weight. And I've also gained some muscle mass. So I'm not just so like skinny. And also look, my hair's coming back. I haven't done it today, but like I actually have hair again, and it's like longer. And it's just so nice to feel like I'm normal. Like, I mean, it's hard to see yourself in such a sad state. Okay, this is the Anastasia Loose Translucent Setting Powder. I'm going to dump a little in my lid. Go through, and I'm going to set all around the eye here. Set that concealer since I had that pink eyeshadow on yesterday, and you know how it stains. Okay. And then on the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Urban Decay. This is the Stay Naked palette. Yes, when I bought it, it was broken, so it is what it is. So shortly after I got divorced, I just started on the journey of kind of figuring out what I wanted my life to be like. I had lived alone with my kids for 3 years. I had been in an unloving marriage. Well, I loved my ex-husband, but like he wasn't giving me what I needed and loving me the way he should have. So I felt very neglected, very sad, very unloved. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to start doing things I enjoy. I started doing stuff with friends. I started going on dates. I started just trying to figure out like, okay, this is my chance to start over in my life, and I want to take time. Lots of therapy. Did have anxiety and depression medicine to help me through those really, really hard parts where I just was struggling. And I just really had to focus on me. What do I like? What do I don't like? What do I want to do in my life? All those kinds of things. And honestly, it was a lot harder than I thought. I just thought like, oh yeah, like I'll just be myself again. But I'm like, who am I? I don't know. It's just weird. Any of you who've been divorced, you realize you go through this part of like, not finding yourself, but like unlearning all these things people have like assumed about you or told you that they've assumed about you or told you. And then you're just like kind of unlayering it and then being like, okay, what do I actually want to do with myself? So my palette, this is the Anastasia Primrose, and I got this for my birthday, which was in July. I turned 37, which is really old, which kind of freaks me out. It's really not that old. I know. I'm a little bit dramatic, but you know, some things have not changed. I've been doing all this stuff, and honestly, I feel so much better. I hope you guys can see that I look better. Gaining a little bit of weight actually was good for my face because I started getting like really deep lines because I had lost so much weight and like the fullness in my face. So I'm actually happy with how I look. I'm happy with my body size, but it is still a mind trip no matter what size you are, even if you're not healthy, to like have to buy new clothes because nothing fits. And that was definitely a mental struggle I had to get over. To be okay with the fact that your body evolves and changes is hard, especially when you're in a relationship where you get praised for being small and then you start gaining weight. It kind of makes you like question yourself, like, am I still going to be valuable? Am I still going to be beautiful? Am I still going to have worth if I'm a bigger size? And of course the answer is yes. But like when you're not in a good mental state, it's hard to convince yourself of that, because even now I know I have issues with that, and I'll say things and people are like, Amber, you look great. You look wonderful. Like, what's your problem? And I'm like, trauma. I don't know what else to say. So let's see. With these colors, what I want to do. I think I'm going to do some of these berry ones and do this rose water. It's really, really, really pretty. So I'll start off with this honey color. So obviously that's been a long process. It's been really good for me, and I actually have been dating someone for a while, and it's been a really great, refreshing way. We haven't put pressure on ourselves to like move really fast and like, like all these things. But just kind of being able to relearn how to be a person in a relationship that's healthy and how to unlearn like things that maybe weren't the best, and just taking your time and getting to know someone and dating and just enjoying life. My ex-husband is remarried. He remarried very quickly after our divorce, which was very hard and surprising to me. But that is, his path in life that he has chosen. And my kids are doing well. So that's the next part, is how are my kids doing? My kids are doing well. It was really, really hard for them with the divorce. I know they really struggled with their questioning of like, why would their dad do this? And I'd say, well, you have to ask your dad. I mean, at the end of the day, is it better for me to be divorced? Absolutely. There were so many things that I did not see because I didn't want to see them that were not right in my marriage, that I'm so happy that I am in a better place. But at the time, I couldn't see them. And I think anyone who's been in kind of a toxic relationship will understand what I'm saying. It's like you don't see it, or you just see what you want to see. And so it's been hard to be there for my kids, but also I say it's better to have two parents living separately that love you both, who are willing to work together and co-parent and to be their best selves separately, than it is to live in a house where, one, your dad doesn't even live with you and your parents are not getting along, or one person is not getting treated the way they should be treated. And so that's where we're at. My oldest is now 14. He's in ninth grade. Oh my gosh, I'm so old. I started making videos when he was a baby. My second son is 11. He's in sixth grade. And my little miss is in kindergarten, guys. Can you even believe that? Can you even believe that? I remember making that video so vividly of when she was born. Like, I can't even. Okay. The fun thing about making videos, though, is I was able to go back and like show my boyfriend some videos of me from like a long time ago, or when I was pregnant. And it's like, it's fun to kind of have this little diary journal entry of your life. And so it's good that I made these videos. I enjoy being able to look back at some of those times. So now I still live with my mom. I'm just saving money because there's really no point in me paying to rent somewhere else when I'm single, and rent here is ridiculous. And then I can work and still be a mom. So my custody basically right now is that me and my ex-husband share 50-50 custody. So that's a new thing. And we switched after he got married, so in August. And honestly, like, I'll be honest, like, he's a better dad now than when we were married. And I will give him that. Like, he is showing up. He's doing all of his things. He pays his child support. Like, he is doing the best he can to be a dad. And he has made great strides in his recovery from his traumatic brain injury. And so, like, honestly, as far as a divorce situation, co-parenting, I couldn't ask for anything better. I couldn't ask for anything to be improved. Like, I'm fine with his wife. Like, it's not like we're friends, but we're friendly, like there's no issues or whatever, dropping off kids or talking about backpackers or homework or anything. And, I mean, me and my ex-husband have a very long history. We were dating since we were 16. We were married for 16 years. We know each other very well. And so when you put aside all that hurt and you can just see them as a person that's trying to grow and see them as a parent who's trying to parent with you, it really helps. And so we have been effectively able to co-parent very peacefully. And honestly, like, it's going well. And my kids definitely get to see much more of their dad. They're very happy about that. And they spend a week with me and then a week with their dad. And because of that, it allows me to be able to work more when I don't have my kids. And so that's been really nice for my career because I have to provide for them. And so it's nice to be able to be like, I'm working, mom, now I'm home with you. And so it's been a nice balance. And also that my salon has been very good to work with me on that, so that I can change my schedule so that I'm working more when I have or that I'm home more when I have my kids. So like I said, like, have I been through hell and back? Absolutely 100%. Is it going as good as I could ever ask for? Yes. And that's why I think I'm doing so well, because people will be like, Amber, how are you alive? How are you a normal person? Like, what? Like, you've been through so much trauma and all this stuff that's going on. And like, obviously there's a lot that I've been through that is not appropriate for me to share in like a public forum. But for those who know me, they're just like, how are you okay? I'm like, you know what? You just do it. You just take care of yourself enough to get to a good enough place that you can see what's most important, and that's your kids. And you just focus on them and being the best parent you can, and making it possible for the other parent to be a good parent too, because the whole like back and forth fighting thing, it just hurts the kids. And I have so many people that I know and love that are in that situation, and my heart goes out to them, because it's not the situation that they want or wish they had, but it's the situation that they're given. So I'm going to put some of this rose water in my inner corner. And honestly, for these really soft, like these are so soft and buttery, it's better for me just to use my finger. And they are so pretty, like so pretty. And this is the Moissanite ring, or I don't know how to say it, that I reviewed lots of years ago. This is not an engagement ring. I'm not engaged. I am just happily living with my kids and my mom and dating. So that is all good. But my boyfriend is really cute. So if you want to stalk me, you can come look on Instagram. I do post some pictures. So, oh, that is so pretty. I need to blend this out a little more. I've still been doing my makeup and like focusing on fashion and stuff behind the scenes, and I post a lot of my things I wear to work. I dress a lot dressier now because I have to, because of work. And I really like getting dressed up and putting on jewelry and like accessorizing and stuff. So I'm still very much doing all the stuff behind the scenes. I just haven't been sharing it. Okay, I'm going to take this black right here, and I'm going to do a little bit of liner. I've just been really liking more of the soft smudgy line than like the sharp wing, you know. You know what else is good though? Dating someone who thinks you're adorable. That is awesome. It is so nice to feel like, you know, someone actually wants to spend time with you. You don't have to beg them. You don't have to like plead, like, please, will you spend time with me? Like, who knew, right? So right now I've been really focused on my career, and I'm working towards a promotion at my job. I just finished the Masters of Balayage certification course, and I worked on that. It was a 12-week course, and honestly, I started it kind of right when I was going through my divorce, so it did take me a full year to finish the 12-week course. It was like one thing a month instead of one thing a week, but you know what? I got it done. And so I'm certified balayage master, so yay me. I've definitely been really trying to step up my game in the salon and continue my education. And, you know, I still look at some of my old videos and I cringe a little, because it was like, that was little me, you know, that was what I knew then, and now I know different, and that's fine. It's been so long since I filmed videos. Actually, it was my boyfriend that was encouraging me to film again, because he was like, how come you don't film anymore? And I was like, well, honestly, when you just feel like dead inside and you feel like no happiness, you're just like, I don't really want to get on the camera. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and you know, for me, like, I deal with my trauma with humor. And so shortly after I got divorced, one of my friends came in and got her hair done, and, you know, she's friends with him, and so that's a little weird. And so I just made a joke saying like, well, you know, maybe my next husband will be taller. And then we just laughed, and it was like, you know, it is what it is. If you don't know, my ex-husband was shorter than me. So, and it was so funny because people would always be like, he's shorter than you. Did you know that he's shorter? I'm like, I had no idea. Like, oh my gosh, I've known him all this time. I didn't know he's shorter than me. So yeah, my boyfriend is like 6'2". And so honestly, I'm not mad about it. This is the Benefit Brow Pencil in number 2, I believe. This is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I don't know, like, honestly, if you take away like all the trauma that I've been through, I really feel like I'm in this thriving state where I'm like, I feel like there's so much positive things going for me. And basically, like, I'm just saving money. I'm trying to be able to save enough to put down for someday for me to get a house. And I'm just trying to plan for my future. And I'm just, like I said, I'm like investing into my career and being able to like be a working boss mom. And just still going to therapy and making time for myself because that's important. All right, so I'm going to go back to this Primrose palette and I'm going to put on the blush. This bronzer is way too orange for me. So I am going to use some of this Bare Minerals powder in shade Truffle. And it's actually just made for deeper skin tones, but it works for me as a bronzer. So that's what I'm going to do. So if you're still here and watching this, thank you for one. And two, tell me what kind of videos. I mean, honestly, I can't reinvent the wheel. I'm a beauty makeup girl. I'm a hairstylist. I like fashion. But I know the YouTube scene has changed. So many people just make like little 30-second TikToks. And I do make reels and stuff occasionally. But mostly I'll do like workout reels. And I do all kinds of workouts now, though. I go to the gym. I do bar. I still do like beach body stuff at home. I'm not a coach. I just like the workouts and they work good for me. So but yeah, I took my kids on 2 big trips. I took them to Disneyland in March, and then that was Little Miss's first time, and we went to Yellowstone in July. So like honestly, for the fact that I'm able to do that as a single mom is just like I do feel very blessed that I'm in such a great situation, because I know so many people would literally in my situation, like, what do you do? Like, I'm working 2 days a week as like a little side job, and now suddenly I have to provide for myself. Like, it's hard. It's a huge undertaking, but I haven't had to do it alone. I've had lots of support from family and friends, and honestly, one of the hardest parts was losing friends. And I've never asked anyone to pick between us and say like, well, you can't be friends with me if you're friends with him. But there were some people that pretty much drew their line in the sand, and that was fine. That was their choice. And I definitely have had people that have come to me and said, you know, Amber, we think you're awesome. Like, don't let this like dull your sparkle, and we're here for you. And for those people, I love and appreciate you. And if you're still friends with him, like, that doesn't take anything away from me. Like, it doesn't, I'm not out there saying like everyone needs to hate him, blah, 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 flash mob. It's like, it's fine. Like, he is trying really hard to become a better person and a better father, and I don't want to like stop that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a revengeful type person. So, all right, I'm just cleaning off my eyelash curler. These things get all gunky. Maybe it's just me. I still use lash serum on my lashes, but I did have a really bad reaction to my friend that does my facials. She got a new kind of lash lift stuff that perms them, and my lashes had a reaction to it. And like so many of them broke off, and it was like literally the saddest thing ever. So they're finally like coming back and like looking normal again. Like, I just love this. Like, oh, so good. You know, another thing that's really cute about my boyfriend is that he loves that I'm girly and that like I like makeup. It's like, I don't know, there's some guys like, why do you have to wear all that? Why do you do this? And blah, 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 blah. And like, to not, I don't know why I'm putting on my mascara right now. I was going to do my blush. I got distracted. I'm going to use my Rouge Romance. I still love this blush palette, and I use it so much, and I've like hardly hit pan on anything. Let's do Dainty. It has a little shimmer in it. It's very pretty. Anyway, what I was going to say is it's really nice to have a boyfriend or significant other that like appreciates that you put effort into like looking nice and like spending money on yourself, and that's not like selfish, or like you want to get ready and like look nice. Like, thank you for appreciating me, that I'm a girly girl. Okay, I am, and I don't want to have to like, you know, be one of those girls that it's like, oh, okay, well, we're together, you can't look good because someone else might see you. Like, no. Okay, I'm doing me for me, and if you appreciate it, great, but I do this for me. All right, highlight. Okay, I've got this e.l.f. HD highlighting powder. I don't even know if they still make this, but I do really like this. I usually like to do this and then spritz my face and then do my mascara. So apparently I was drunk for a minute. So it's nice. It's like that TikTok where it's like, I finally feel like I'm getting my sparkle back, you know? And it's like, oh, the sun, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is the Urban Decay. Okay. Now with my mascara, I'm crazy. I like to layer it. This CoverGirl Super Sizer Fibers, I feel like it just separates my lashes out really well and lengthens them so that I can layer something else on top of it. Because I feel like if I go in with another mascara that's thickening, they get too clumpy. So this way, I feel like it gives me the separation, and then I can go in and put the other over it to thicken. And it's just my favorite thing. Oh, and I've been doing my nails again. I got a bunch of gels from Model Ones. I don't know how I say it. But I just got them on Amazon. And these ones, look, they're like color changing to like if you're warm or cold. It's kind of fun. There's so much stuff I lost. Like I had so many gel polishes and stuff that I didn't bring that they all just like went bad. So just nice to slowly be able to replace things and, you know, feel like stuff is yours again. I'm going to layer it with the Bare Minerals Lashtopia mascara. I really like this one. It's a nourishing mascara. And I think I've talked about this before. One of the reasons why I like it is because I feel like it doesn't dry out my lashes. Because I don't know why my lashes are like brittle. I don't know if it was just because like my health was bad and like stress. But it seems like this one, some of them like they look good, but over time they just start to break my lashes. And this I don't feel like it does. Like I feel like it like nourishes them. See, like look how good that looks. Like I'm happy with it. And you know what? Backdrop, I don't know. Camera, I don't know. I'm just using my phone. It's like I feel so like ill prepared for this. I don't even know like anything about YouTube anymore, what people do. I feel like I'm so out of it. I feel like everything I see is just true crime and I don't know enough about it to like talk about whatever. Although I did watch The Sins of Our Mother with Chad Daybell and all that. Oh my gosh, like that was crazy. I still feel like some YouTubers covered it better, like they had more material and more like facts. But it was so sad to like, spoiler, it's like has her son in it and like he's like, Mom, I just can't believe what you did or whatever. And she's like, what is it that you think I've done? I'm like, your kids are dead. Like, I don't know. I don't get people sometimes. Ooh, all my good lip colors are in my car. Like, I just keep them in that little spot right there. This is a little Bare Minerals color. This is called Honesty. I actually know and friends with, like, the regional director of Bare Minerals. And through my work, we get a lot of, like, little freebie things. So I get some of these little cutie samples. Alrighty, so I will just like basically pop on some cute earrings and just rock the little slicked back ponytail today, and this is my look. So anyway, if there's something I didn't cover that you're wondering about, let me know. That's basically it. If you watch this whole thing, you're my favorite person and you get a gold star. And I hope to make videos maybe a couple a month. I'm gonna put some of this Nerd gloss over it. You know the one that hits the spot. All right, I'm just gonna stop there because yeah, we'll keep this kid friendly. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.